Welcome back to my mental health and crime channel. My name is Huda London. This is for entertainment purpose only. This is the case of the Idaho quadruple murders. May the victims rest in peace. Condolence to the families. I'd love to thank my subscribers, viewers, for all your beautiful, decent, respectful comments and your interesting thoughts. I really appreciate each and every one of you. I wanted y'all to use your active listening and just listen to the conversation going on between Kaylee and the officer, especially the officer. I'll explain a bit more later, but just pay attention to it.
Upstairs to the back deck. Interesting.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Is this your place?
Yeah.
Perfect. You know we're here.
And I assume noise.
Noise, yeah.
Yeah.
Big speaker right there.
Yeah.
Nothing against having a party. Once neighbors start calling in, then we have an issue.
Fair.
You go to school?
Yeah.
Okay. What year?
Senior.
Senior. Okay. So I'll tell you the same thing I told them. You probably know the drill, right?
Actually, no.
Oh, okay. So usually, at least for me, I'll give you a verbal warning.
Okay.
Once I have neighbors calling in, your music's too loud. You're disturbing the peace.
Yeah.
Nothing against having parties. Nothing against having people over who are overage to drink. Mm-hmm. But again, once we start disturbing the neighbors, then we've got an issue.
Yeah.
Noise ticket is up to 300.
Yeah, somewhere around 300.
Okay, it's a pretty expensive ticket. I don't want to give that to you. That being said, this is your place, so I'm going to hold you responsible. Because it is your place, you're also responsible for everybody here.
Yeah.
So I'm going to grab your info.
Yeah.
And if I do have to come back here, a $300-some ticket's coming your way.
Okay.
And it only gets more expensive from there. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fair. Absolutely.
Sounds good. I'd much rather you spend that $300 on beer or something fun than
Yeah.
a noise
Yeah.
ticket, right?
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. That being said, warnings. Don't do it again.
Yep.
I hate to come back in a few hours and then have to issue that. So,
Yeah.
any questions for me?
No.
All right. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. You too.
I'd much rather you spend that $300 on beer or something fun than
Yeah.
a noise
Yeah.
ticket, right?
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
The officer actually told Kaylee that I would rather not give you a ticket for $300 to $400. I would rather that you spend your money on something better like beer. That is ethically, morally wrong. As a mental health counselor, it's like me advising my patients or clients by saying, you don't need to come to therapy. You could have used that money and continued with your addictions. That sounded so wrong. And on top of that, he took a copy of an ID on his mobile device, like Drip Top said. But I'm not paying attention much to that. That is very important. I've seen that already. But it's just the interaction that's going on. The officer says at the start when he comes, he tells the other officer, also they have steps back here. I'm not saying there's anything wrong in an officer noticing that, but the officer wasn't even supposed to come to this house because there wasn't a complaint call. They went to the boys further down, 2-3 blocks away. And he said, let's go to this house and I'll just warn them so that we don't need to come back here. What is actually going on? This is really confusing. Why would you take a picture of someone's ID, the police would have usually just run down your date of birth and your security number and such things. This doesn't make sense at all. And the fact that the officer's actually advising Kaylee, may she rest in peace, that you should buy more beer with your money, buy more alcohol with your money, so that you get depressed, so that your education comes to an end, so that you end up giving the rest of your money to therapy and mental health counseling and to doctors. Let's be honest, because this is her health. She's a young woman who was doing well in her education. It's just like, it doesn't sound right. That's not something that an officer is supposed to even tell you as a joke. I'm not judging them, but I'm just pointing out what I hear and what I see. Does not make sense. I'll give you a good example. Then we have this. We have this body cam that you can see that's on the 9th, on the 2nd of September 2022. I think that's Hunter's girlfriend, Emma. This body cam was taken on the 2nd of September 2022. It was a night that the police came here twice. If you remember, once they're pouring out the alcohol and all. And then they came back the second time. The first time, they spoke to Maddie Morgan. May she rest in peace. May they all rest in peace. Now watch. This conversation and complaint with Zana Canoodle was much different. It was more professional. The Kaylee one was so unnecessary, the officer did not even need to come to the house, to be frank. Because he went to the other house near Jack's house, where all these young boys were partying. So the complaint was towards them, not towards this house. But the officer that came to Kaylee told the other officer, let's go and speak to them and warn them so that we do not need to come up here again. But I've never heard of an officer advising students, I don't want to come and give you an expensive ticket so that you can save that $300, $400 to go buy yourself beer, alcohol. Where have you heard that? We all are parents. The police know exactly what alcohol does to society. Why would you advise a young girl to save her money for beer instead of saying you could have saved that money to take a vacation or to buy books or something like that? Although we're a bit old-fashioned, but still. So watch this one, how different it is and how professional.
You earlier?
No.
Okay, does Megan live here?
Megan, I do not have a Megan that lives
Megan Mogan?
Maddie Mogan, yes.
Madison Mogan? Yeah. Madison Mogan? Okay, she does live here?
Sorry, she is at the club. She's 21. I'm just going to bed. I have a couple friends over, but
Okay.
this is my ID.
Have you talked to Maddie tonight?
Yes, I have.
Oh.
She's at the corner club.
Okay. Did she tell you anything about anything that happened earlier or anything like that?
Honestly, not really. I've just been here the past hour.
Okay. Okay.
Just trying to go to bed.
Can you grab your ID for me? If you
Yeah,
were,
I'm not 21.
Okay.
My roommates were 21. I just came
Well,
to go to bed.
We're not here to talk about the alcohol stuff, okay?
Okay, yeah.
But this is the second noise complaint we've had here tonight within 2 hours.
I'm sorry
Okay.
about that.
So this time it was the blonde gal and the guy in the back porch playing music. Okay. So
Since sincerely apologize about
Okay.
that. I'm just going to bed.
Okay. So, just so you understand, you could be getting a misdemeanor citation for this, which means you have to go in front of a judge and explain why you couldn't keep the people in your house quiet.
Okay.